The Last Driver. War, drama, humanity, historical fiction. Eastern Front, World War II, winter of 1944. Jakob Stein was once a quiet man, a school teacher from Bavaria. He had lived a simple life of books, chalk dust, and the distant sound of church bells. But in the winter of 1942, he was conscripted into the Wehrmacht and trained to operate tanks. 2 years later, he was one of the few remaining tank drivers in a broken, retreating Panzer division scattered across the Eastern Front. Jakob didn't love the war. He didn't hate it either. He simply survived it. By 1944, the snow-covered plains of Poland had turned into a graveyard of metal and flesh. On a bitter morning after a brutal clash with Soviet armor, Jakob's Panzer IV had been the only tank to make it out of the ambush. Its turret was jammed, fuel leaking, and his crew was gone, killed or fled. He pressed on alone through scorched villages and frost-bitten silence, the engine rumbling like a dying heartbeat. That night, while searching a collapsed Red Army field station for supplies, Jakob stumbled upon someone unexpected. Anya Volkov, a Soviet medic, blood-stained, shivering, and with a fractured arm. She aimed her Tokarev pistol at him, but her hand was shaking. Jakob didn't raise his rifle. He simply said, "I'm not going to shoot you." Neither moved. Then slowly Anya lowered the weapon, and for a moment the war stopped. The journey. Jakob couldn't leave her. He didn't know why. Maybe because she was hurt. Maybe because she looked like someone who, like him, was tired of war. Together, against every rule and instinct, they climbed into his broken tank and drove into the unknown. They didn't speak at first, just gestures, broken Russian and German, small nods. But as the days passed, trust grew in the quiet. They passed frozen lakes, skeletons of burned-out trucks. Old barns turned into mass graves. Once they shared a meal with a widow who offered them shelter, thinking they were both deserters. Jakob learned that Anya had once dreamed of becoming a doctor. Anya learned that Jakob had once taught Shakespeare to children. War had stolen their dreams, but not their ability to dream. The decision. Near the Carpathian foothills, they reached an abandoned German outpost. There, Jakob's old friend Rudy reappeared. Now a broken officer with orders to destroy a key mountain bridge to stall the Red advance. "We must win," Rudy said, "or at least make them bleed." But Jakob looked at Anya, then back at the satchel of explosives. "No," Jakob whispered. "There's been enough bleeding." He and Anya fled under the cover of night. They abandoned the tank in a field of frost and wildflowers, like burying a warhorse too tired to fight. Epilogue, France, 1963. In a museum outside Lyon, a retired tank stood silent behind glass. Beside it, an old man in a coat traced the Panzer's hull with his fingers. Jakob Stein. Next to him, a woman with reddish hair and a gentle smile held a worn leather book. They didn't speak much anymore about the war, but they remembered. Not the hatred, not the uniforms, but the moment they chose not to be enemies, and that had made all the difference.